So just remember today, for those who haven't been doing my classes for a while, if there's anything that doesn't feel right, just don't do it. Or if you've got any pain, you're going to feel the muscles working, but you shouldn't have any pain. So if you are, just go back to the exercise you've done before, or stop that exercise and wait for the next exercise. All right? All right. Let's just start with a few little stretches to start with. Coming down into our prayer stretch. So I'm just going to come down. Stretching down. If you've got a bit of tightness through the shoulders, just you can place the hands down by their side and just relax down. Otherwise, hands out in front are fine. Coming up. So we'll just start sitting back in. So you want to just try and feel like you're opening up or separating the shoulder blades, pushing into your spine.
Hey, Kev.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Stretching through. All right, coming down, guys. Just coming to a lower back stretch, just drawing that leg across the body. And other side. All right, guys, so let's start activating this T-zone, all right? So I want you to focus on drawing up through that pelvic floor. We're going to tighten through those lower abdominals. I want to feel like you're drawing those hip bones together and you're just tightening those lower abdominals there. Have a feel for that activation. We want to keep those shoulders drawn back and down, chin tucked in. We're just going to start with our lift and extend. So T-zones on, inhale. We're going to lift and extend that leg out and draw back in. Exhale as we take it out. Inhale as we're drawing it back in. Good, just one leg at a time. We're trying to point through the toe, really extend and point through that toe as we're taking it out. Try and keep that neutral spine. You don't want that back arching as you take the leg out. Have a feel for that activation. Good, a couple more. All right, let's go into our leg circles. So taking one leg up, we're just going to take it down the center first and then out to the side. Keeping that toe pointed. Now you just want to go circling just as wide as that's comfortable, yeah? We don't want the hips rocking and tilting. Small circle. And yes, ladies, if you've got a band, you're welcome to use the band and hold that around the foot. In a few weeks' time, I'll introduce some equipment so I can try it with some of you. All right, taking the leg out to the side. So we're going to take it out to the side and up the center. This way's a little bit harder. Have a look for. That's it. So straight out to the side, point through that toe, then up the center. Two more. And swapping legs. All right, so taking that other leg up, point through that toe. You want to tighten through that T-zone. Inhale, drawing the leg down and then out to the side. So although you're pointing through that toe and trying to stretch through that area, I want you to think about drawing that thigh bone back into the hip joint as you're bringing that leg back up. Good. Last two. All right, let's go out now. So out to the side, a little bit harder going out and around. Don't forget your breathing. Inhale as you're drawing up the center. Exhale as you're taking it out to the side. Keep that T-zone on, neutral spine. Good, and last one. All right, placing the feet down. All right, let's come up into our ab curl, so hands behind the head. We've got those elbows nice and wide. I've got that chin tucked in, and we're just going to curl up, flattening out the abdominals as you come up and lower. We're going to inhale, exhale as we curl up, inhale as we come back down. So think about drawing the ribs to hips, yeah? We don't want the ribs popping. We're drawing those ribs down, flattening the abdominals as we come up. All right, let's go into our oblique curls. I'm just coming down a bit lower, sorry guys. I'm going to take the hands out overhead. All right, we're just coming across the body and back down again. Exhale as we're coming up. Inhale as we're drawing back down. So I want you to think about drawing that opposite rib to hip. As you're coming up, think about drawing those ribs down, activating those abdominals. Let's go. One more each side. All right. Placing the hands down. All right. We're going to come up into our pendulum and just move in position again so you can see me. So coming up into tabletop. Now, before we go into our tabletop, we need to imprint that spine. So draw those abdominals into the mat, up into tabletop, hands out to the side, palms facing up. All right, taking it out and drawing it back up. Inhale as we take it out. Exhale as we draw it up. Inhale out. Exhale as we draw it back up. So we just want to make sure too that as we're coming up, we're actually flattening that spine back into the mat. You want the abdominals doing the work, okay? So I'm drawing those ribs in, tightening those abdominals, and getting them to draw the body back up. All right. Just checking my messages. Someone can't find the Zoom link. All right, to make it a little bit harder, guys, we're going to take the legs out, extend one leg, and draw back up. Out to the other side, extend, draw back up. So I want you to focus on keeping those knees tight together, unless, ladies, some of you are using the ring. And up. Good. Nearly there. Really tighten those abdominals. Don't forget the breathing. Exhale as you're coming back up. All right, holding there. Keeping the legs at tabletop. We're going to bring the hands back down by the side. All right, curling up slightly. We're going to come into our single leg stretch. Exhale as we draw the leg in. Inhale as we draw the leg out. Keep those shoulders drawn back and down. Three,
2, 1. All right, holding there, guys. We're going to go straight into our bikes. If you need a little rest, just bring the legs down, reposition, imprint the spine back up into tabletop, and let's go straight into our bicycles. So taking one leg out and then draw it back in. Exhale as we take it out, inhale as we draw it back in. Point through that toe. Try and keep those hips nice and still, no rocking through the hips. If you need to, guys, please hold on to the head or just place the head down. If the head's down, you're probably going to find you're not going to be able to take the leg as low, okay? The head's up, you can come up a little bit higher. And 3, 2, 1. Come down for a little rest, guys. Just a quick little rest. We're going to go into our crisscross. I'm just taking off my top, one sec. It's got a bit warm with the heater on. All right, so back into position again. We're going to tighten through that T-zone, up into tabletop, imprint that spine. All right, we're going to go into our crisscross because our hands behind the head. We're going to opposite elbow to opposite knee and back. Now, if this one's a little bit too advanced, just go back to our single leg stretch, which is this one. Otherwise, stay with the crisscross. It's like our bicycles, except we're just rotating the upper body across. So 2 more each side. Keep that chin tucked in, the spine imprinted. And come down for a rest. Good, good, good. Little stretch. Up and over. All right, let's come back up into tabletop. Imprinting the spine first. Tabletop. Hands are up, palms facing in. We're going to go into our hundreds prep. So inhaling first. We're going to curl up on the exhale, extend, back to tabletop, draw back down. So curling up as we exhale, extend, back to tabletop and back down. If you need to just bring it back a bit, don't extend the legs up, just come back down. All right, otherwise keep it advanced, take the legs up, back to tabletop, curl back down. So you really want to focus on bringing the ribs to hips as we're drawing up, and then curling back down. Keep that chin tucked in, tighten those abdominals. Next one, let's come up for a little pulse. Hold there. Extend those legs or keep it in tabletop and little pulses. I've got the shoulders drawn back and down. Now I'm imprinting that spine even more, yeah? Tighten those lower abdominals. Tighten the abdominals, bring those ribs down and in. Keep the chin tucked in and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to hundreds prep. Come down for a rest if you need to, or straight back into our hundreds prep. For 5, 4, that spine imprinted. All right, we're going to come back up for another pulse. Curling up, keep that chin tucked in, the legs up, point to the ceiling, and little pulses. Holding there. 3, 2, 1, and coming down, guys. Little stretch, up and overhead. All right. We're going to roll over onto our side, guys. And we're going to work on some more obliques, just doing our double leg lifts. All right. All right, laying on the side. Just a bit too close to that wall, aren't I? There we go. All right, so we want to keep those abdominals turned on, T-zones on, yeah? Have a feel for that activation. Shoulders are drawn back and down. Keep those ribs drawn in. We're just going to start by lifting the lower legs and back down. Exhale as we're drawing up. Inhale as we come down. All right, let's lift that upper body. So coming up and lower. So I want you to squeeze those side obliques as you're coming up. Think about drawing the rib to hips, but on the side. You're shortening that gap. Come up for a little hold for me. Come up and hold. It's holding up there. Squeeze those side obliques. 3, 2, 1, and coming down. Let's go for 5 more. Squeezing up and lower. So I'm really tightening those side abdominals. And on our next one, we're going to come up, squeezing up and hold there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and drawing it down. All right, guys, we're going to go straight into our inner thigh leg lifts. So if you've got the ring and you want to use the ring, ladies who have done it with me before, you can grab the ring. Otherwise, we'll do the other way. We're just going to bring the other leg in front. If you have got a little bit of a towel there, you can pop a towel under. Just help support the hips a little bit more. I just don't have one with me, sorry. All right, we're going to just draw up through that inner thigh. So tightening the inner thigh first, T-zone still on. I want you to think about drawing those hip bones back and on top of each other. All right, we're just going to squeeze up and lower. Careful not to collapse through those abdominals, yeah? We don't want the tummy poking out. Keep the abdominals turned on and draw them in. Good, good, good. Squeezing up. All right, come up for a little pulse, holding it up there, and you're just going to pulse the leg up towards the ceiling. Squeeze and tighten. So I'm actually tightening up that inner thigh. I'm really squeezing it. And don't forget to breathe. All right, slow it down. Squeeze up and lower. Squeeze up and lower. Now, I don't want that leg touching the ground, okay? Don't let that rest down on the ground. Just before it's about to touch, you push straight back up. Squeeze and tighten the inner thigh. All right, come up for a little pulse. Hold it up there and little pulses. Hold it, hold it. And 3, 2, 1, and draw it down. Good, good, good. All right, let's go to the other side. All right. So we're going to start with our side obliques, our double leg lifts. So hips are stacked on top of each other, T-zones on, tighten those lower abdominals. We'll start just by lifting the lower leg, so we're drawing up and down. Squeeze up and down. All right, let's bring that upper body, drawing it up and lower. Squeeze up and lower. Drawing up and hold, 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 hold. So I want you to really squeeze those side obliques, yeah? You're bringing the rib towards the hip, shortening that gap, and slowly coming down. Squeeze up and lower. And down. All right, next one, let's come up and hold it there. Squeeze and tighten, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And in 3, 2, 1, and lowering down. All right, let's go to the inner thigh leg lifts again. So one leg in front, still sort of draw those hips back on top of each other. I don't want to be collapsing down onto the mat, all right? Draw that hip up, tighten through that inner thigh, and squeezing up. Ladies with the rings, you can do our ring inner thigh raises. Don't let that leg touch on the mat. Still got those abdominals turned on, tightening through those lower abdominals. All right, come up for a little pulse, hold it up there and pulse it. Good, good, good. And slow it down. Good, squeezing up and lower. So I'm really squeezing and tightening that inner thigh. Get to the top and slowly lower. Squeeze up, slowly lower. All right, come up for another little pulse, squeezing up, hold it up there, and little pulses. 3, a nice slow count, 2, 1, and slow it down. Good, good, good. All right. So we're going to stay with our side line. We're going to go into our glute work with our clams. So one step. If you do have a band, you can utilise our band and make it a little bit harder by just wrapping it around the thighs, yeah, and tightening it just to increase the intensity. All right, these can just be found at Target, Kmart. Otherwise, message me, I can post you one. All right? All right, laying on the side. Whoops. All right, so legs are 45, heels in line with the bottom. We're going to draw up through those abdominals, yeah? Tightening those abdominals. I don't want the abdominals just collapsing into the mat. You want to draw them up off the mat, keep those ribs drawn in. I want you to activate the glutes first, tighten those around the bottom, muscles around the bottom, okay? We're going to open up and close. Heels together. Good. That's it. All right, let's make it a little bit harder. Bring those heels up into our clam twos. Good. So just working our external rotators in our glutes. Keep those abdominals drawn up. Good. All right, let's open up, extend and point, heels together and close. Open up, extend and point, heels together and close. So just be careful not to go too high because you won't be working the glutes as much, okay? So you're just opening up, it's small extension out. Keep it in line with the hip and close. 2 more. All right, let's bring those heels down. Taking that leg straight out in line with the body, all right? We're going to go into some circles. We did rectangles last week. Circles, we're just drawing a circle with the toe, circling around. It's just a small movement. We want to keep that T-zone on, no rocking. Movement's coming from the bottom. Those glutes are doing the work. Let's circle back around the other way, circling around. And tightening those abdominals. Not collapsing into the mat. We'll stop the hips from rocking. 3, 2, 1. Draw that leg forward of the body so the thighs are in line with each other. We're going to rotate the leg down and in. All right, let's come down. We're working the internal rotators now. We're squeezing up and lower. So you want that glute doing the work, that's lifting the leg up. These ones hurt. Just smaller muscle groups. Squeezing up and lower. Let's go for 3, 2, a bit slow, and 1. All right, give it a little rub. Take that leg straight out in line with the body. We're going to go into our bike. So we still want to keep those shoulders drawn back and down, T-zones on, drawing those abdominals up off the mat. No arching through the back. Keep the ribs drawn in. Inhale first, drawing that knee up. Take it out in front, flex, point and sweep. Inhale up, take it out in front, flex, point and sweep. Good. Inhale as we're drawing it up, exhale as we take the leg out and in front. So you get flexing, then point and sweep. Drawing up, flex it as it's out in front, point and sweep. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Keep those abdominals lifted. And give it a quick rub for me. All right, we're going to go straight onto the other side because I want to do some of our breaststroke legs and freestyle legs today without a rolled up roller. Be happy with that, Leanne. All right, so laying on our side, keeping those abdominals drawn up, hips stacked on top of each other. Heels in line with the bottom. We're just going to activate that glute first. T-zones on and open. So just make sure you're getting in position first before you go into the movement. It'll just ensure that you're activating the right muscles. Don't forget that breathing. All right, bring those heels up, opening up. Get that glute doing the work. Try not to relax those abdominals too much. All right, let's kick it out. So opening up, extend and point, heels together and close. Good, good, good. Squeeze and extend. Couple more. Really squeeze and tighten those glutes. All right, bring the heels back down. All right, take that leg straight out in line with the body. Abdominals are drawn up, T-zone is on, ribs are drawn down and in. Small little circles. Careful not to rock through the hips too much. It just means that T-zone's turning off. So you're drawing up through the pelvic floor, tighten those lower abdominals, squeeze the glutes. Let's rotate around the other way. Don't forget your breathing. All right, let's take that leg forward of the body. Thighs are in line with each other. Rotate the leg down and in. So we're coming down, squeezing up. Keep those abdominals on. Ribs are drawn in. 3, 2, 1. All right, give it a quick little rub for me. All right, let's go into the bites, all right? So legs straight out in line with the body. We're going to inhale, drawing that knee up. Take it out in front. Flex, point and sweep. Good. Inhale as we're drawing up. Take it out. Good. Remember, it's flexing as you're taking it out in front. Good. All right, let's go 3 more. 3, 2, 1.
All right, give it a quick rub for me, guys. Have a little rest. Now, if anyone's got a towel or a jumper or a top, do you want to just grab that for me quickly? Because some of you might want to use it on the next exercise because we're laying on our tummy. And I'll show you why. So we're still going to be working our glutes and our bottom area. For the ladies who usually do my classes, we sometimes do these on the roller because I just find that we can get the hips in a better position. But another option is using it with a towel, all right? So we're just going to come down onto the mat. Make sure you can see me. And I just place the towel just on the hips. Now, some people don't feel comfortable with it and you can get rid of the towel, that's fine. I just find when pushing the pubic bone into the mat, you just get a little bit of pain across there and it sort of sticks in. So find what's comfortable for you. You might want it really thick, thin, or you might not want to use it at all. All right, I'm just going to pull down a little bit away from my wall. If you can see me. All right, so these are our breaststroke legs, okay? So we've just got our head facing down. All right, we're just going to draw those legs up. We're going to do freestyle legs first. We're just going to draw those legs up off the mat, squeezing the glutes. And then we're just going to do small little kicks. Keeping that head down and relaxed so your forehead is facing the mat. And I want you to squeeze that bottom and kick those legs. All right, think about drawing the pubic bone. You're pushing that into the mat and you're drawing those abdominals up off the mat. If any of you ladies have a roller, you're welcome to use the roller. Your choice. And we're just little kicks. So I want you to focus on squeezing that bum as tight as you can, and then you're just doing fast little kicks, drawing those thighs up off the mat. Holding there. Keep that forehead facing down. Next position, we're going to stay there. We're going to flex the feet and then turn them out slightly. And then squeezing. So we're actually beating them back and forth. Think about bringing the heels together. Squeezing the inner thigh and squeezing them together. So these are called our breaststroke legs. Keep those abdominals lifted up. Push the pubic bone into the mat. Relax, turn them back around the other way. We're going to go back to our freestyle legs. So pointing the toes, legs straight out in line with the body, and small kicks. Keeping those abdominals lifted up off the mat. Push that pubic bone into the mat. I'm tightening and squeezing that bum. You should be feeling that bum working. Hold there. We're going to flex the feet. Turn them out so the heels are together. And you're just going to take the legs out and squeeze together. And little beats. Squeeze the inner thighs as you're drawing it together. You should feel that bum really working now. The muscles should be fatiguing. 3, 2, 1, and rest, guys. Little rest. We're going to do one more set of each. So quick little rest. All right. So think about drawing the abdominals up off the mat, pushing that pubic bone into the mat. We're going to draw those legs up, point the toes, and fast little feet. Holding there, squeeze that bum. You're tensing that bottom up, yeah? Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Flex the feet, turn the feet out. You're just going to extend out and pull together. So squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Little beats. And in 3, 2, 1, and rest for a sec. All right, last one in this position. All right, we're just going into our grasshopper. So same position. I want you to draw those legs up off the mat so the thighs are up. We're just going to draw the knees in or bend at the knees and cross the legs over and extend back out. Drawing in and extend. So we're just working our hamstrings and our glutes, yeah? The higher you keep those thighs off the mat, the harder it is and you're activating those glutes more. Don't forget your breathing. Squeeze that bottom. Squeeze it in and release. Keep those thighs up off the mat. 3 more. Squeeze that bottom and out. Squeeze and draw it in. All right, good work, guys. All right, you can move the towel out. Come back in, just do a little stretch, prayer stretch. Sit back into that bottom. All right, we've got 2 more exercises. We're just going to go into our Supermans, and then we're going to do our flights for our triceps, which is the back of the arms. All right? So, down on our tummy, draw the abdominals up off the mat, tuck that bum under. Opposite arm to opposite leg. You're just going to draw them up off the mat and down. Opposite arm to opposite leg. Keep that head facing down and forward towards the mat. And 2 more each side. Squeeze that bottom before you lift. Good, and then come down and relax. All right, last exercise, guys. So we're going to work the back of the arms. Same position. We've got the abdominals drawn up off the mat, bum tucked under. We've got the forehead facing the mat. We're going to place the hands down by our side. We want you to draw those shoulder blades back and down. We're just lifting the arms back behind the back. And all I want you to do is rotate. So you're rotating the arms around and rotating back again. On each rotation, I want you to think of stretching through those fingertips like you're trying to touch your toes. Make sure the elbows are locked. If they're not locked, you're not going to be working those triceps. Really point and squeeze on tightening the back of the arms on each rotation. Reach down towards the toes. Tighten and lock those elbows. Push them up past the back. Squeeze the back of the arms. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Good, good, good. All right. Pulling up, guys. Over onto our bum. Let's come into a bit of a glute stretch. Hopefully the back of the arms were hurting a little bit then. If not, hopefully you'll feel them tomorrow. Good, good, good. Other side. So if you find this stretch is a little bit hard, you can just keep the foot down and then just bring the leg up and over. To make it a little bit harder, you're just bringing that knee in, drawing that foot closer to the chest. Good. Come up into our hip flexor stretch. Good, so pushing those hips forward. Push through the front of the thigh. And that leg at the back. Coming back. Stretch through the calves. Stretch up the hamstring if you're a bit tight. Other side. So pushing into the hip flexors, you should feel that stretch up the front here. So push that hip forward. And coming back into a stretch. Depends how flexible you are. You might not be able to touch the toe, and that's fine. Just pull the toes back, yeah? Just about getting a stretch up the back of the calves and the hamstrings. Coming down, a little mermaid stretch. Hand on that back leg. We're just going to come up, inhaling. Exhale as we relax into it. Inhale and relax. Inhale and relax. Other side. Over to the side. Inhale, and then as you're exhaling, relax into that stretch. Inhale. Good, good, good. Let's come up for a little bit more of a stretch to the hamstring. So we're just going to stay down, keeping that bum up in the air. Don't worry if you can't touch the mat. I'm quite flexible. If you only can get to there, that's fine. It's about getting the stretch up those hamstrings, yeah? We're just going to bend into one knee. And swapping over. I'm exhaling as I'm coming into that stretch. Inhale as you swap. And swap. All right, taking the legs a little bit wider this time, and we're just going to reach around each side. And around to the other side, walking it around. Good. You guys can stand up. I'm just staying down because I'm in a small room and you won't be able to see my head otherwise. So I just want you to tilt the neck to each side. And then just coming down, looking down and towards your armpit, pushing that chin down towards the armpit. And each side. All right, draw that arm across. Well done, guys. And other side. And last one. Taking the arms behind. Well done, you're all done. I'm going to unmute you all.